step into this gate of thought, we face a sea of voices, tangled, ancient, vast. Yet through the noise one truth survives the ages, that all existence whispers of a higher source. 1,000 cultures, tongues and creeds, 1,000 shifting human needs, yet all of them through dust and flame return to one eternal claim, that something greater shaped the whole, a primal mind, a guiding soul, not born of myth nor blind tradition, but born of human intuition. For every life from life is born, from seed to tree, from womb to morn. The chain extends but not unbound, for endless chains would touch no ground. If every being has a start, then reason strikes the seeking heart. What was the first to breathe and be? What woke the world from vacancy? If nature acted on its own, then nature must have will and throne. But laws are blind and matter still, and neither carries thought or will. For laws cannot intend, and matter cannot choose. The lifeless cannot arise to give the living news. The world cannot explain the spark that made it wake. The first light spoke before the dawn the lost could make. They say the world arose by chance, by nature's hand, by circumstance. But nature has no hand to give, no mind to shape, no will to live. Even if nature formed a cell, the laws that shaped it who compelled? For law cannot design itself, nor lift itself from lifeless self. They say the human form evolved, and thus the mystery is solved. But change is not the source of being, nor is survival the beginning. Evolution shifts the living kind, but cannot birth the first design. And still the ancient forms remain, the simple life that did not wane. So where did life itself arise? What breathed the first into its eyes? For change can sculpt what life provides, but cannot spark what first resides. For laws cannot intend, and matter cannot choose. The lifeless cannot arise to give the living news. The world cannot explain the spark that made it wake. The first light spoke before the dawn the lost could make. They say a great explosion came, and from its fire the cosmos sprang. But why it burst and how it knew to form the stars in ordered hue. No blast can write the cosmic script, nor chaos birth a world so strict. A tree from seed, a child from womb, but worlds from nothing, only doom. For nothing cannot give a thing, nor emptiness a universe bring. And when life stirs, a wonder awakes, a will that bends, a choice that aches. Even the smallest cell will flee, will seek its food, will choose to be. No brain, no thought, yet still it drives a silent vow to stay alive. This cannot rise from dust or cold, nor from the laws by which they flow. For will is not a nerve or bone, nor something matter makes alone. The genes construct the inner frame, but cannot spark the living flame. The will remains when flesh is torn, the self endures, though parts are worn. The body dies, the will departs, and leaves behind its silent parts. So what was that which lived inside that thought and love before it died? For matter cannot dream, and lore cannot aspire. The soul is something more, a breath of higher fire. For laws cannot intend, and matter cannot choose. The lifeless cannot arise source beyond the cosmos, the origin of fire. The laws we study firm and true are rivers flowing into view, but rivers come from unseen springs, from deeper, older, higher things. The outward world reveals the trace of something veiled in inner space. The visible is but the door to truths the heart was fashioned for nothing makes itself, and life cannot arrive from matter, cold and mute, from laws without their ties. The will within all beings, the breath that makes them free. The order of the cosmos all point to one deep